ついに待ちに待った2025年シーズンが目前に迫った。 MLB ネットワークでは開幕直前特集として、ロサンゼルス・ドジャースの GM ブランドン・ゴームズ氏への独占インタビューを放送。最大の注目は、昨年肩の手術を受け、現在復帰に向け調整を進める二刀流スーパースター、大谷翔平だ。ゴームズ氏は、翔平のコンディション管理は慎重にいっている。無理なく復帰させ、シーズン後半には完全なローテーション入りを期待している。と語った。また同番組の解説陣は、大谷の2025年シーズンについて、ホームラン60本、盗塁30回、さらに投手として10勝という驚異的な記録を予測し、怪我からの復帰直後ながら、その可能性に大きな期待を示した。一方、ゴームズ氏は日本遠征の経験を振り返り、ドジャースには日本人選手が安心してプレーできる万全なサポート環境が整っている、と改めて強調した。開幕戦に向けて大谷翔平の完全復活が待ち望まれる。引き続き、日本語字幕付きの映像をお楽しみください。
We talked about the vast middle class in baseball back here on MLB Now. 27 teams, possible playoff contenders, but there is a superpower, and here they are. Look at the Dodgers win totals since 2017. They have 104, 106 twice, 111. 2020, they were on pace for 116. Last year, a mere 98 wins, but they won their second World Series title in the last 5 years. Front Office Insights are presented by Sage, and we welcome in Dodgers Executive VP and GM Brandon Gomes. Brandon, it's Brian Kenny. Congratulations on all the success. If I haven't properly congratulated you on everything, and thank you for being with us.
Thanks very much, BK.
And you're 2-0 already. That's nice, right? A little
trip,
it's
a good way to start.
Overseas, you come back. What was the Japan experience like?
It's great. It was the second time I've been there. It's an amazing place. Really passionate about baseball. Really, enjoyable culture and how people treat each other, and just an overall great experience for us and the organization.
Obviously, you're a landing point for Japanese stars. So the Dodger brand is extraordinarily strong in Japan. How did the Dodgers become the destination for these Japanese superstars?
I think along the way, just continuing to show that, we're going to commit to being successful on the field. Our coaching staff is going to make, players as good as they possibly can be. And just having an infrastructure set up for Japanese players to come over and feel comfortable, and, the appropriate acclimation period, and making sure that as they're learning, a new place to live and just the dynamics of Major League Baseball, that we have a really strong support system around them.
Yeah. Do you have a separate little system that makes sure, where they're going to live, where they're going to eat, how they get their food, how they where their wives are going to be, and where their kids might go to school? Do you do those sorts of things?
I mean, we have a lot of resources, both from just the amount of people that we have working for us that are familiar with the Japanese culture, and obviously speaking the language, but just having a sense of getting to know the player, gathering as much information as we can and what's important to them, and making sure that we can provide those things that they value and that are going to help them, make the transition off the field easy, so that, that's not something that's weighing on them once they hit, in between the lines.
Yeah, it's a winning recipe, that's for sure. Now, this is something I don't know if we've ever seen. Off a World Series victory, your offseason was extremely aggressive. Blake Snell, who starts tomorrow, it's Snell versus Skubal at Dodger Stadium tomorrow afternoon. Roki Sasaki, the #1 international free agent. Then Tanner Scott, Kirby Yates, and your own free agent, Blake Trinan. Wait, your own left fielder, Teoscar Hernandez, and then Michael Conforto. That's an amazing offseason. What is it? You tell me about your process in acquiring all that talent.
Yeah, I mean, I think it starts, first of all, with an incredible amount of support from ownership. Obviously, you can't do any of this without them. So, we were tasked with going out and, putting together the best team possible to go out and win a championship this year, because obviously last year was amazing. And, we really have enjoyed it over the offseason and leading up to this, but starting tomorrow, it has nothing to do with 2025. So going out and doing everything we can for our fans that have done nothing but support us, throughout this, and giving back to them and making sure that the product that they're going out and seeing is the best possible one that we can put out there.
Roki Sasaki, we saw a glimpse of him in Japan. High variance, 3 innings, 5 walks. tremendous stuff. What are you expecting from him this year?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's incredibly talented. You know, the fastball split combo, or it's legit power stuff. The splitters, I think, about as unique of a pitch as I've ever seen on the movement profile. And he also has a good slider that he's going to continue to develop. So I think as he gets his footing and, you know, gets used to the schedule and acclimated, the upside is massive. And he's a really good worker. You know, had a great bullpen the other day that I was fortunate enough to watch, and it was really impressive. So he's kind of working on some of the things that he felt he needed to improve upon from the last outing. So I think the upside's massive, and there's a really good pitcher there right now, and as he continues to grow, you know, the sky's the limit.
Yeah, massive. Also, you've had good bullpens. This is what's funny, but it looked like you were going for a kill shot here. Did you think you could get your own guy, that's Trinan, and get Kirby Yates and get Tanner Scott? Did you think that?
You know, you always have your A plan, and you go into it, and you hope you can, you know, pull these things off. And fortunate enough, we were able to execute. And a lot of this is the goal of, you know, solidifying not only high-end talent, but depth, you know, throughout the roster. And a lot of it is to make sure we're not going out in July and buying. We know how expensive things can be as far as prospect costs at that time. And if you win the World Series, then absolutely everything's worth it. But you can't guarantee that. So trying to stay out of that as much as possible and making sure that the team we're putting together right now is a team that we feel confident in, that can make a deep run into the postseason and ultimately win another championship.
I think that alone makes people most nervous, although you make a lot of people nervous. I just wonder, I know this is unfair, but Shohei Ohtani, when do you think he'll start? Approximately how many innings do you think he'll throw this year?
Yeah, I mean, we're not really focusing on like how many innings or any of that. You know, this process obviously is unique in building up pitching while also acclimating to, you know, games, also coming off the shoulder surgery that he had in the offseason. So we're balancing a lot of different things here. He's feeling good. He's throwing flat grounds right now. And I think the most important thing for us is that when Show comes back, that he's feeling good, that he's able to execute his stuff at, you know, the high level that he's accustomed to, and making sure that when he does come, we feel good about him running deep into the postseason.
By the end of the year, though, you expect him to be in a regular rotation? Is that fair to say?
Yeah, that's the thought. Absolutely.
Okay. How is Mookie Betts quickly? I know he's lost a lot of weight. He's been sick. How is he?
Yeah, he's put some of that back on. He got through yesterday, feeling good. He's going to, you know, face some arms today and try to get a few more at bats. So I'll go watch his live BP here shortly. But definitely came out of yesterday feeling good and was in good spirits. So, you know, hopefully we're trending up and, you know, get this behind us here soon enough.
Yeah, it's a shame you'd be so hobbled. I mean, I want him to be healthy, but you guys are doing all right. Tomorrow, Dodgers, Tigers, Snell, Skubal, Dodger Stadium in the afternoon. That'll be tremendous. Brandon Gomes, their general manager. Brandon, again, congratulations on the World Series and the offseason. Best of luck this year.
Appreciate it, BK. Thanks for having me.
All right, thank you. Brandon Gomes right there. He's trying to get all the answers we can on the #1 team. When we come back, we'll talk rocker and lighter. Not that lighter, the lighter we want to talk about next.
Welcome back to this Baseball Eve edition of Off Base. It is time to review and preview, my friends. Of course, we're going to start with the man, the myth, the legend. We're not sure if he's even human. Shohei Ohtani went 50-50 as a full-time DH in 2024. Now that he's back pitching, though, X, will he top 100 combined? Are you ready for this? Homers, steals, and wins. Mind you, he probably won't be back in the rotation until May, so the math is going to be tough to math. Is it possible?
Math is tough to math.
I mean,
I'm looking at the win range, at least from a pitching standpoint, hopefully being around 10. If he's not, 10 to 12. It's just going to be tough on the stolen base category. That's the only category I'm really weary of, right?
Yeah.
I believe that he could hit 50. I believe that he could possibly hit 60, too. But there's going to be more of a toll on him now starting as a pitcher.
Right.
I don't know if the offensive numbers necessarily come down, but I know the base running numbers are going to come down. And I think and Dave Roberts has even mentioned that those will probably come down. So I hate to not put something past him.
He won 10 games in 2023, so 45-45-10.
But he's not.
Whatever the split may be.
He's not stealing 45. So I would have
No
to say
way.
he's going to hit 60, steal 30, and win 10 games.
Call your shot. Shohei Ohtani.
He's doing it,
60
dog. He's
home runs
doing
in
it.
2025.
First of all,
Let's go.
Now that I'm thinking about it, he could hit 60.
Why not?
But also, like 30, I feel like it's still a step down from what 50. How many stolen base? Like 53, something like
Yeah,
that.
I think that was 53.
So like
59. 59,
So like
and then he was, yeah, okay. 54.
maybe, you know what? I'm not putting it past him. Yeah, 100, 60 homers, 30 stolen
60
bases,
homers.
10 wins.
I am never going to underestimate Shohei Ohtani or tell him he cannot do anything. So, yeah, why not? Sign him up. Okay, move.
Got some for the
I feel
Dodgers.
like it means good things when it's a big things in small
Straight
packages.
cash, homie.
What?
It may not be enough. It's
$5.
fine. But straight cash, homie.
So we have like a toy money
No,
gun.
we don't. None of us have that.
Okay.
That's why we working.
That's hilarious.
That's why we working, because we don't have.
You and I have like 12 jobs for a reason.
But what did the Dodgers have? They had the cash. They go get these guys. Not to mention the farm system is always stacked, but they also have to have the ability to go get guys. And guys have signed there, and some have taken less money. Obviously, we know about the deferrals, but guys want to be there. It's a part of the culture. Dave Roberts has done an amazing job over there.
On that team?
Yeah, I mean, everybody.
It is so fun.
It's almost like everybody's too likable. It honestly feels that way.
And
but
Dave Roberts, too, man. I'd love to play for Doc.
That's a tough job, is to make sure all of those amazing players and their egos
Managing all that.
mesh together.
He's the CEO.
That's why he just got paid. That's why he got that extension.
Very well deserved. I mean, this is kind of wild. The payroll is currently estimated north of $322 this season. So
hey, go get you something special. Can this get you a coffee nowadays?
I don't know, not the coffee I drink. It's like a bougie frappy mocha latte.
Yeah, you bougie with that coffee.
I get one nice thing a day. That's all I want. Okay, we're moving on.
Yeah.
This is fun. This always means like something good, right? I'm shaking it.
I don't hear
There's
anything.
nothing in here.
What is?
Don't you worry.
Just open it up.
This is the gift that keeps on giving. It is an empty box, ladies and gentlemen. This is a good thing because this is for the Baltimore Orioles, who have made it to the postseason in the last 2 years, right?
Okay, yes.
Well, they've been bounced in the first round of the last 2 years. So this is the gift of wisdom for the baby birds, right?
Okay.
We need them to take that next step. They have lost 10 straight postseason games dating back to 2014. Youth is no longer an excuse for these young players who have the postseason experience. So here we go. We're going to turn the corner in 2025. They have the gift of wisdom. It's the intangible that you can see here. And they're going to take the next step.
That's almost like a disappointing gift.
What? An empty box? Isn't that what you always wanted?
But I feel like at the same time, we want the Orioles to take flight in a sense, right? No pun intended, but
Dad jokes are flowing early and often here on Off Base Podcast.
I'm thinking about, they're already going to be tested, right?
Yes.
Gunnar Henderson, obviously battling some stuff. You look at Grayson Rodriguez.
I heard he looks healthy in the cage, though.
Yeah,
right?
he's looking much better.
Soon.
But they're going to be tested early, and they lose an ace in a Corbin Burns.
That one's tough. But you have Charlie Morton, speaking of wisdom. 41 years young. Here we go. But his stuff is still nasty.
Absolutely. And that's the thing is, they're going to be fine. It just depends on health, obviously.
And Tomoyuki, too.
The rotation.
Yeah. Sugano. Like, I remember being at media days, and they were speaking highly of him. Like, Mike Elias is all over him.
He's going to be fine making that transition here. The last thing is just the ability to, do it for 162. Because we saw the offense fall off a little bit toward the end. They had battled injuries. Now they just got to get it done throughout the course of the season.
Man, I'm just so excited for the season. Anything is possible, and that's the best part of Baseball Eve, my friends. It's also the gifts. You get the 5. Well, you can have the champagne, too. But can I, trade for maybe the spa gift card?
No, I'm taking this.
Oh, man. All right. Thanks for joining us on our inaugural Off Base podcast. You can check us out, MLB Network, Sundays at 11 a.m., MLB.tv, YouTube, and everywhere you get your favorite podcast.
Subscribe, rate, and review.
Boom! Nailed it! For Xavier Scruggs, Lauren Gardner. We'll see you next time. Bye!
世界の頂点を極めたドジャースが再びメジャーリーグの王座をつかもうとしている。その中心にそびえ立つのは誰あろう。野球の神、大谷翔平である。昨年鮮やかに世界一に輝いたドジャースは 今季も圧倒的な戦力補強で野球界を震撼させた。特に注目されたのは令和の怪物佐々木朗希の電撃加入である。最高時速164キロの剛速球に魔球と称される驚異のフォークボール。彼がアメリカの地でどのような投球を見せるか、日本のみならず世界中が固唾を飲んで見守っている。さらにドジャースには二刀流の神様大谷翔平が健在である。投打両面で異次元の才能を放つ大谷は昨季打者1000年の中で本塁打50本盗塁50個という前人未到の大記録を樹立した。今季は肩の手術を経て投手復帰を目指しており、シーズン途中からの先発マウンド復帰が確実視されている。専門家たちは大谷の今季成績を本塁打60本盗塁30個投手として10勝以上と予測し、史上初の伝説的記録が生まれると大いに期待を寄せている。またドジャースのフロントは今季のさらなる頂点を目指し、抜かりない補強を敢行した。名投手ブレイクスネルをはじめ多くの実力派選手を獲得。投打に隙のないまさに完全無欠の布陣を整えたのだ。だが今チームは思わぬ試練にも直面している。主力打者ムーキーベッツが謎の体調不良で離脱し、食事も満足に取れず体重を激減させているという。しかしそんな窮地においてこそ大谷翔平という存在はより一層光り輝く。彼の存在は単なる戦力ではなく、チーム全体を奮い立たせる希望の象徴であり、勝利の女神に愛された男なのだ。ドジャースの GM ブランドン・ゴームズ氏はインタビューで、大谷は現在順調に回復しており、シーズン後半には投手としても本格復帰を果たすだろうと明言。彼の二刀流復活は全米中の野球ファンが待ち焦がれている瞬間である。野球界の歴史を次々と塗り替え続ける大谷翔平。彼が放つ打球の一振り、マウンドで見せる魂の一投一投が我々の心を熱く揺さぶり続けている。彼はただの一流選手ではない。まさしく我々が生きる時代に降臨した伝説である。さあ、野球ファンの諸君、大谷翔平の偉業を目撃せよ。次の試合を絶対に見逃すな。彼がマウンドに立ち、打席に立つ瞬間をその目に焼き付けろ。我々は今、野球の神話をリアルタイムで目撃しているのだから。